Life can be a whirlwind of unexpected events and overwhelming challenges, leaving us feeling unsure and unsteady. But amid this storm, there is a profound truth we must hold on to: God is in control. This understanding transforms everything, shifting our perspective from one of doubt and uncertainty to one of peace and assurance. Imagine the calm that washes over you when you truly believe that there is a divine plan unfolding in your life, tailored just for you. It means that every twist and turn is part of a greater purpose. You might feel like you're in the dark, unable to see the path ahead, but remember, God is orchestrating every moment, ensuring that your journey leads to growth, joy, and fulfillment. This is not about blind faith, it's about trusting the process, even when the destination isn't visible. When you embrace this mindset, you're free from the burden of needing to have all the answers or to control every aspect of your life. You're invited to let go, breathe deeply, and rest in the knowledge that everything is unfolding as it should. This divine assurance brings a sense of peace and calm, allowing you to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and strength. Doubt can be a silent thief, sneaking into our thoughts and stealing away the peace and joy that comes from trusting in God's control. When we allow doubt to take root, it can grow into a tangled web of fear and anxiety, clouding our minds and hearts. This can prevent us from experiencing the fullness of life that God intends for us. It's like walking through a fog, unable to see clearly, stumbling over obstacles that might not even be there. The stakes are high because doubt doesn't just affect our mindset, it influences our decisions, relationships, and overall well-being. When we question God's plan, we might take detours that lead us away from our true path, missing out on the blessings and opportunities that await us. Doubt can also create a sense of isolation, making us feel disconnected from God and others. But it doesn't have to be this way. By recognizing the dangers of doubt and choosing to trust in God's control, we can break free from its grip and step into a life filled with peace, confidence, and hope. Understanding that God is in control is like finding a steady anchor in the middle of life's stormy seas. It's the realization that nothing happens by chance and that every aspect of our lives is under divine guidance. This understanding gives us a new lens through which we can view our experiences, challenges, and triumphs. God's control is not about manipulating every detail of our lives, but about weaving together a beautiful tapestry that reflects His love and wisdom. He sees the bigger picture that we cannot, and His plans are always for our good. Trusting in His control means acknowledging that even when things don't go as planned, there is a higher purpose at work. It means believing that every closed door is a step toward the right one, and that every setback is a setup for something greater. This perspective changes everything. It turns obstacles into opportunities, delays into divine timing, and failures into lessons. It empowers us to face life's uncertainties with courage, knowing that we are never alone, and that God is always with us, guiding our steps and lighting our path. Recognizing God's presence in daily life transforms our ordinary routines into extraordinary experiences. It's about cultivating an awareness of His constant companionship, even in the smallest moments. Every sunrise, every conversation, and every act of kindness can be seen as a reminder of God's love and presence. This awareness allows us to see the beauty and purpose in our daily activities, turning mundane tasks into opportunities for spiritual growth. When we consciously look for God's presence, we become more attuned to the gentle whispers of His guidance and the subtle signs of His love. This might be through a stranger's smile, a friend's encouragement, or the peace that fills our hearts during a quiet moment. By opening our hearts to God's presence, we create a space for His light to shine through us, illuminating our path and those of others around us. This shift in perspective helps us appreciate the blessings we often overlook and find gratitude in every moment, knowing that we are deeply loved and supported by a divine power that is always at work in our lives. Prayer is the bridge that connects us to God, a sacred space where we can pour out our hearts, seek guidance, and find solace. It's through prayer that we strengthen our faith, fortifying our spirits against doubt and fear. In moments of uncertainty, prayer becomes our refuge, a place where we can lay down our burdens and receive God's peace. Through prayer, we learn to listen for God's voice, to discern His will, and to align our desires with His plans. This practice of constant communication with God builds a foundation of trust, reminding us that we are never alone in our struggles. Prayer is not just about asking for what we need, but about deepening our relationship with God, learning to trust in His wisdom and timing. It is an act of surrender, acknowledging that we cannot control everything but can rely on a higher power that can. As we cultivate a regular prayer practice, our faith grows stronger, enabling us to face life's challenges with a confident heart and a spirit filled with hope and courage. Letting go of control is a liberating act of faith, allowing us to experience the freedom that comes from trusting in God's plan. It's about releasing the need to dictate every outcome and instead embracing the journey with open hands and an open heart. This act of surrender is not about giving up, but about recognizing that we are part of a much bigger picture that God is painting. When we try to control every aspect of our lives, we often find ourselves exhausted and frustrated, battling against forces beyond our understanding. Letting go frees us from this constant struggle, enabling us to live with peace and joy, knowing that God's wisdom far surpasses our own. It's about believing that God knows what is best for us and that His timing is perfect, even when it doesn't align with our plans. This surrender invites us to trust more deeply, to live with greater confidence, and to embrace the unknown with courage. As we let go, we make room for God to work in miraculous ways, transforming our lives beyond what we could ever imagine. This act of letting go becomes a powerful testament to our faith, demonstrating that we believe in God's ability to lead us to a life of purpose and fulfillment. Finding peace in God's timing requires patience and trust, acknowledging that His plans unfold at the perfect moment. It's easy to become impatient or frustrated when our desires aren't immediately met, but God's timing is always precise, aligning with our best interests. Understanding this allows us to rest in peace, knowing that everything happens for a reason and at the right time. By trusting in God's schedule, we learn to embrace the present moment, recognizing its value in our journey. This trust transforms our waiting periods into times of growth and preparation, refining our character and deepening our faith. As we align ourselves with God's timing, we discover a profound sense of peace, realizing that we are exactly where we need to be. This perspective shifts our focus from impatience and frustration to gratitude and anticipation, knowing that God is working behind the scenes to bring about His perfect plan. Embracing uncertainty with faith is a powerful act of courage, allowing us to move forward despite the unknowns. Life is filled with unexpected twists and turns, but faith provides the strength to face these challenges with confidence. It is the belief that God is with us, guiding our steps and leading us toward His purposes. This faith enables us to embrace uncertainty as an opportunity for growth and discovery, trusting that God is using every experience to shape us into who we are meant to be. By leaning into our faith, we learn to navigate life's uncertainties with grace, finding peace amid chaos. This perspective helps us focus on God's promises rather than our fears, empowering us to live boldly and confidently. As we embrace uncertainty with faith, we open ourselves to the possibilities that God has in store, trusting that His plans are good and that He will lead us to a future filled with hope and joy. Living in God's assurance means embracing the confidence that comes from knowing we are held in His loving hands. It is the unwavering belief that God's promises are true and that He is faithful to fulfill them. This assurance provides a solid foundation for our lives, allowing us to stand firm amid life's storms. When we live in God's assurance, we experience a deep sense of peace and security, knowing that we are never alone. This confidence transforms our perspective, enabling us to approach life with a positive outlook and an open heart. We become more resilient, more hopeful, and more willing to take risks, knowing that God is with us every step of the way. Living in this assurance also inspires us to extend God's love and grace to others, sharing the hope and joy we have found. It empowers us to live boldly, knowing that our lives are part of a greater story that God is writing. As we navigate the journey of life, let us remember that God is always in control, guiding us with love and wisdom. By trusting in His plan, we find peace amid uncertainty, strength in times of trial, and joy in the journey. When we embrace God's presence in our daily lives, strengthen our faith through prayer, and let go of our need for control, we open ourselves to the miraculous work He is doing in us and through us. God's timing is perfect, and His plans are good, leading us toward a future filled with hope and purpose. As we live in God's assurance, we are empowered to face life's challenges with confidence and grace, knowing that we are held in His loving hands. May this understanding inspire us to trust deeply, love fully, and live boldly, reflecting God's light in a world that desperately needs it. As we walk this path of faith, let us encourage and uplift one another, sharing the hope and joy we have found in God's unwavering love. Thank you for joining me on this journey of faith and discovery. May you find strength, peace, and fulfillment as you trust in God's control and embrace the beautiful life He has planned for you.